Hello and welcome back to Redshift Radio, the show where we take an idea and discuss the science, philosophy and history behind it. Most of the time it won't just be me, I'll be joined by some very wonderful guests. So stick around if you want to learn something new, have a bit of a laugh or just want some background noise for your Saturday morning. Today is episode 4. Woo! You'll have to excuse me this week. I'm very ill, so if I'm sniffling and coughing, it's not my fault. After missing an episode last week, we're back with a bang. Today's episode is on life after death. Ooh. I'm liking the sound effects today. As always, I have some very special guests joining me in the studio. First of all, we have Miss Amelia Mail. Woo!
Hiya.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Nice. Why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and how you know me?
Well, I know you because we're both on computer science.
We are indeed.
We met, I think, the first day of Freshers,
I think so.
and I haven't left you alone since.
There you go. Exactly.
So-
That's the story of most of my friends, it seems.
So you could not get rid of me.
Awesome. And we have our second reoccurring guest. It's Mr. Declan Humphreys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's back. How are you, Declan?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty, smart lately. I've done
Oh,
a
okay.
lot of my uni work.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Nice.
feeling
I'm proud of
good.
you. Awesome. Well, I know obviously Declan has been on the show before, but do you have any radio experience, Amelia?
No.
No, it's
I've
your
always
first
been told
time.
I've got a face for it, though.
Oh, that's what Declan said to me. Very kind. All right, well, as we said, today's episode is on life after death, and we're going to start off and play a round of everyone's favourite game, Truth or Myth.
Yes!
I have 5 death-related statements for you guys, and you're going to have to decide if they're the truth or a myth. Don't look at my screen, anyone, because the answers are right here. I'll turn it away. If you're listening at home, I implore you to take part by sending your answer to me on Instagram at Redshift Radio. If you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, feel free to comment your answers down below. The first statement: hair and nails continue to grow for a while after death. Have you guys heard of that before?
I think it's true.
Yeah,
Think
it
it's
gives true vibes, that. Yeah.
Why? Have you
I
heard of
don't
it?
think they grow. I think they just get pushed out, which
Okay.
is gross.
That is gross.
But I think that's what happens.
You guys got any experience with dead bodies?
No, not really, no. Never been one myself, so...
No, I've not been there yet.
No.
So that is a myth. You guys are wrong.
Wow.
It's a bad
Did you
start.
think of that yourself, or was that something that you just heard around and thought that'll do a good myth?
That's pretty. I feel like it's pretty known.
All right, then.
The sort of like death myth. Anyway, so after death, dehydration makes the skin shrink, making the hair and nails appear longer. They don't actually continue to grow. So you're actually kind of right, but you answered the wrong answer.
No.
Andy said he can hear us loud and clear. Thanks, Andy. All right, statement number 2. The body loses a small amount of weight at the instant of death, believed to be the weight of the soul escaping the body. What do we think? Does that sound mythical?
What about
or
because
truthful?
all of your, your muscles to keep your poop in relaxed?
Yeah,
and then
That is
you
a-
that's
that
what
is
I
a
was
thing.
thinking.
That is a
Or is
thing.
this
I've
a
heard
bit
that.
more of an
Lost for
instant
sure.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I don't know if it's true because how would you weigh a soul? Why would a soul have weight?
Yeah.
True. My soul is light and free,
Oh,
personally.
that's
yeah.
it. I'm proud of you for achieving that.
I reckon.
sort of
I reckon
enlightenment.
it might be true though. Just the soul bit is false. Like,
Yeah.
it would make sense that the
Yeah,
body.
but is Alan gonna do sneaky like it is true, but the bit about the soul was wrong, so it's a myth?
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm saying he's going to do. So I reckon he's going to do that.
I'm gonna say it's a myth.
Myth.
I've already said it.
Okay. We're going with myth, and you would be correct. It is a myth. In 1907, Dr. Duncan McDougall tried to measure the weight of the soul. He placed 6 dying tuberculosis patients on a specially constructed bed scale. In one patient, he observed a sudden drop of 21 grams at the moment of death. However, his methods were flawed and the experiment could not be replicated. This started a scientific rumour of the soul weighing 21 grams. So it's not true. It could have been your poop coming out when you die. It was a very, very shoddy experiment, but a lot of people believed it. And so a lot of people thought for a long time that the soul weighed 21 grams. I feel like 21 grams is quite a lot for a soul, actually. I feel like a soul would be a tiny little minuscule thing if it
Yeah,
existed.
maybe that person
People
had a lot of
believe anything
genes.
back then, though.
Yeah,
Because,
true.
like, they had no real science.
Didn't know about
like,
germs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we don't have any sort of like misinformation or anything. So
Yeah, which is right.
We know it all.
yeah, we're all knowing. All right, statement number 3. There's a disease that causes people to think they're dead. That's it. That's the statement.
It's the disease called nap time.
Oh.
Oh.
Zinger.
First joke of the episode.
No, it's not. Do you think that's real?
God,
Disease that makes people think they're dead?
I feel like there was an episode of House about this.
Shout out House if you're listening at home. That's the second shout out he's gotten on the
It's
show.
the second one from me.
I don't think it's real because I think that sounds stupid.
What the hell?
I think it is real.
Yeah.
So one of us is
splitting the
right.
team. I'm
One of us
splitting
is
the
right.
team.
No, this is good. This
New
is smart.
tactics. I like this.
Yeah.
So you're always guaranteed to be wrong as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I like that. So Amelia's gone true and Declan's gone myth. Is that
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one of you is right.
Whoa!
It would be Amelia that's right. It's the truth. Cotard's delusion, or walking corpse syndrome, is a rare mental disorder where a person genuinely believes they are dead, or do not exist, or that parts of their body are missing. French neurologist Jules Cotard first described it in 1880 when his patient Mademoiselle X believed she had no brain, nerves, or internal organs. She believed she didn't need food and was condemned to eternal damnation.
Wow.
That's pretty horrible.
So you're saying this one guy in like the 1800s found
Yes.
one person who was an example of that, and that
Yes.
was true.
Yes.
But then the one guy in the 1800s who found one person that was an example
feel
of
like
the
there's
soul
maybe been
was
more
false.
examples.
Nah, I don't trust it.
Well, that was the first example of it. And since then, there's been many, many cases of people who
That probably
believe
like
they're dead,
5.
or believe they've got no bones, or believe they've got no organs and stuff like that. And they're fully convinced. And it's a horrible, horrible condition.
It
I
is
wouldn't-
horrible, but imagine if you were like, guys, I don't have a pancreas. Like, imagine if it was a dead random organ.
Yeah. I don't know how you prove that.
Guys, my spleen is not there anymore.
I've been feeling it lately. It's gone. Something's a little different in there. Okay, what one are we on? We've got number 4 now. If you donate your body to science, they'll use your corpse for car crash tests. What do we think? Are they going to put a dead corpse in a car and crash it into a wall?
Oh no, I know that they didn't test seatbelts on women until like maybe 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that as well. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also know that the US military like just blew up a guy's body when he donated it to science once as like a see what happens sort of thing.
Sorry, that's not a laughing matter. That's
No,
horrible.
it's not. It's really serious.
Yeah.
He
Come
was
on now.
dead.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a pretty awful way to treat someone who
True.
donated their body
Yeah.
to
But
science.
it's
But then,
better than him being alive.
Anyway,
you know, maybe
so,
they got a lot of information from it.
yeah, they might have learned a lot about like art.
How bodies
Explode.
scatter when they
Yeah,
explode.
yeah.
God.
I think from that story, which is the story that I've heard, they will do anything with dead bodies. But then also, like, who's doing the testing? Is it like Mitsubishi or something? Like,
Yeah, why would
Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi have a dead body?
yeah,
Who's
Um,
donating their body to like Honda?
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
so
I
I
mean,
think-
it's science research, isn't it?
I'm gonna say false.
False.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false.
False. Okay. Well, ooh, you'd be wrong. It's the
Oh.
truth. Donated cadavers are sometimes used for impact research to see how a real body would, react when they hit into a wall or something. So usually they'll use dummies that are like
Yeah.
replicate how human weight is distributed. But apparently they also use cadavers sometimes.
Did
I
you
think-
ever see they made like the perfect human to survive a car crash?
Oh, I
And
did
it
see
was a
something like that.
Giant gluttonous blob of
did see
mass and disgusting.
Sounds
That's
awesome.
that's awesome. I should have
Like
brought that up.
Finbar Harvey O'Keefe.
Oh, full name call that. I don't even know if he's listening. You better be. Have you guys ever seen like what they think like gamers are gonna look like in the future?
I can see it right now.
Hey, that's just him.
Not hopeful.
But they're like obviously very large, and they've got huge divots in their head from like headphones, and they've got
That's
like
sick.
really like gangly arms and
Yeah.
long limbs. They're horrible, but we're getting there, I think.
Well, like a lot of people have dents in their pinkies from
Yeah, they
holding
do
phones.
actually. Yeah, check this at
We're all
home.
holding up our pinkies for reference.
Put up your two pinkies together, and the one that you hold your phone with should have a bit more of a dent in the knuckle. And apparently it's from where your phone sits. Ew. But that's true. All right, well, we'll move on to the very last statement. Your body can moan after you die.
True.
True. Why? What do we think? Declan's
I
thinking.
really want to get one right. I've not got one right.
Have you
yet.
actually got all of them wrong? I thought these were too easy as well.
Your body can moan after you die.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it just like
It's just air,
air
passing through the
flowing?
vocal
Yeah,
cords.
so presumably that's very possible.
Hmm.
You know? Yeah, I reckon true.
True.
Yeah.
Going true.
We did it in speech processing.
Did you? What the hell? How is that relevant at all? Can I ask how that was relevant?
Because he was talking about, he kept calling the vocal cords just pipes and tubes,
Oh, right, okay.
which felt gross.
Yeah.
And he was like, if air passes, it was just, it was
Right.
kind of, he's a strange man.
Well, I can say that Declan has finally got one right, and Amelia's got another.
Yes!
Post-mortem gases escaping the lungs or throat can cause noises, especially during handling. It's apparently a very common occurrence according to mortuary workers. It's apparently really scary and terrifying when you're dealing with a dead body and it just goes...
I thought that would have been quite nice, really.
Oh, yeah?
Just say a final hello.
Yeah, just a little
I
bit
don't
of
think
like...
they say hello. I think it's...
I'm not sure what the noise would be like. Oh God, I think we lost all of our viewers there. All right, we'll go for a little song break, and then we'll come back and talk about what is there after death. But for now, this is Helen Back by Bakar. I thought it would be a very fitting song for this episode. All right, we'll catch you in 3 minutes. Alrighty, we are back. I love that song. What a good one. What a fitting one. Okay. Before we get into the bulk of the episode, I was curious to know what you guys think happens after you die. Do you guys have any sort of ideas? And again, if you're listening at home, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Message us at Redshift Radio on Instagram, and we'll read through some of your answers if we get any. But yeah, I mean, we can start off with Declan.
Yeah, I'm happy to go first.
Yeah.
I think, realistically, if I was a betting man, I'd say nothing. But I always like to think it's something about reincarnation or something.
All right.
I remember in RE sitting there in learning about, I think it's Buddhism, with like the wheel of life. And you just kind of keep rolling. And I like that. And I like the idea that you don't always have to be
It is a
human,
nice idea.
and you can kind of just like, you know, it's the most comforting thought. It's better than like, all of your choices determine whether you have an eternity of love or pain.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you just do it again, but there's something else.
Yeah,
That'd be a rock.
I
or
like
something,
that thought.
you know?
I think reincarnation is a very nice idea in itself. I mean, I guess I should have started off by asking, are either of you religious either?
No.
Yeah. So obviously religious beliefs. I mean, a lot of the ideas of what happens after death come from religious beliefs, to be honest. And we'll touch on that a little bit later. But so I think if you're a religious person, you probably have quite like a set on idea about what you think happens after death. But to atheists and others, it's kind of a toss up. I mean, do you have any different opinions on what might happen after death, Amelia?
It's such a nerdy answer, but you can't destroy energy.
Yeah.
You can't destroy matter.
Yeah.
So like, every person will always be part of the universe and probably part of the planet. So it's like, it's not really reincarnation. It's more just that you'll always be there.
Yeah, you'll always be there.
Have you read the Subtle Knife
No.
series?
Yeah.
Basically, everyone in that dust is like the energy that, and everyone just becomes dust.
Oh, I see.
And they can choose what they cling to after.
Yeah, that's cool. That's actually a really nice thought as well. With that, energy can't be created or destroyed. That's a lot of the arguments for things like reincarnation and other like possibilities for what can happen after death. If you look at it from a more like scientific standpoint, that's where like a lot of the arguments come for the things that are not like nothing, basically. I basically like, I'm one of those people that says like it's going to be similar to what it was before you were alive, like it wasn't anything, and like you won't remember you won't experience anything. It will just be nothing, and that's it. That's what I think it'll be, but like you never know, and like it could be anything. And so a lot of the ideas of what happens to death, like we said, come from religious beliefs. Many different religions have different beliefs on what happens when you die. Religions such as Christianity, Islam, and even Norse paganism believe that people are either sent to some form of paradise or a worse alternative based on how that person lived their life. So in Christianity, you've got heaven and hell. Islam, you have, excuse my pronunciation, Jannah and Jahannam after a judgment day. And in Norse paganism, you have Valhalla or hell. And there are many religions that believe in this sort of paradise or worse alternative. Other religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, and Sikhism believe in some sort of repeated birth or reincarnation until finally reaching some sort of enlightenment or liberation. And I thought for today's episode, it would be interesting to talk a little bit about reincarnation, which is good that Declan likes the idea of it. So for those who don't know, reincarnation is the belief that the non-physical essence of a living being, such as the soul or spirit, begins a new life in a different physical body after biological death. Essentially, it's the idea that a soul can be reborn into a new body after death. Many religions believe that karma affects your reincarnation. So karma is the belief that good deeds prompt good consequences in life and bad deeds prompt bad consequences in life. So living a good and moral life lets you be reborn into a better life after you die. Do you guys believe in karma, or like, you know, try and follow a life with good karma or bad karma? I don't know.
I mean, I don't believe in karma specifically, but I think it's good to be nice and stuff. So, you know, it's good to have a reason to try and be good in this world, I guess. But
I'm fairly superstitious. So I believe in karma, and I believe in like good and bad luck. Like you guys know I will never walk on 3 grids, and if I do, it will. True.
I mean, a lot of people are like that.
So it's little things like that. Not all of them, but it's, you say what you believe.
It's also a case of like, even if you're a little bit skeptical on it, there's no harm in just doing stuff that is supposed to give you good luck, you know?
But people say that about religion as well.
Yeah, true. To me, karma, like I don't believe like that there is an actual like thing, like an actual like force of karma or something. But like in saying that, like the more you do good things to other people and the more good actions you do in life, the more likely good things are to happen to you, because people will like you and go out of their way to help you more. And like, you know, I wouldn't say particularly it's like the universe sending good energy your way. I think it's people like having a more positive view on you and doing better things for you and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So like, whether you believe in karma or don't believe in karma, you're probably going to have a better and more fulfilling life if you're just kinder and nicer to people and go out your way to do good things.
Absolutely. I was going to say as well, that sort of thought process kind of applies to luck as well. There's a saying like, the harder you work, the luckier you get, which I think is very similar. The nicer you are, the nicer life is to you. The harder you work, the better things come to you. And like, you can put it down to luck or karma, but a lot of the time it comes from your own actions sort of feeding back.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if we've got any advice for you on this episode, it's probably be nice to people. And it'll probably be good for you. So I thought, well, I put a poll on my story. We're going to have a song break in... Actually, we're not going to have a song break yet. But I asked the audience on our story a couple of days ago, if you were reincarnated as an animal, what animal would you want to be? And if people listening, if you want to send in some answers, if you've already answered that question, we've got a follow-up, which is, what animal do you think you were in a past life? We're going to move on to the next segment and then come back to that question and discuss any answers we've gotten and ask our very special guests what sort of animals they thought they were or want to be in their next life. But on the topic of reincarnation, have you guys ever heard of cases where children remember their past lives?
Yeah.
Weird stuff, isn't it? So there are many strikingly accurate cases of children recalling past lives and describing real deceased people at an age where they shouldn't really know anything, you know? So in the early 2000s, for example, Cameron Macaulay, age 2, spoke vividly about living on the Isle of Barra, a place he had never visited. When a documentary team took him there, Cameron recognized and described details of landmarks on the isle before seeing them in real life. The documentary is called The Boy Who Lived Before. Although Cameron's story doesn't fully check out, specifically, he recalls his father, Shane Robertson, who supposedly died of a car accident on the Isle. But there is no evidence of a person called Shane Robinson ever dying on Barra. Another example, in the 1990s, James Leninger, age 2 again, started having reoccurring nightmares about being a fighter pilot who was shot down in World War II. He gave the name of the plane, the Corsair. He could describe aircraft carriers, other pilots' names and their military details. His parents, Bruce and Andrea Leninger, investigated his statements and found a pilot, James Huston Jr., whose story was surprisingly close to what the boy had described. According to the book Sole Survivor, published by his parents, some surviving veterans and researchers confirmed details about Huston's squadron, the plane type, and the events surrounding his death. How weird is that?
Freaky.
Yeah. Really weird.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's no like explanation for it right now. But it's very weird to think about that, like a 2-year-old child who should really not know much.
I didn't know 2-year-olds could speak.
That's what I also thought as well.
Much, do you know what I mean?
That's what I thought as well. But I mean, maybe if you get reincarnated, you remember your speech a little bit better as well. But I don't know. I mean, there's no explanations for it, and so it's hard to even think about. But I mean, there's no. Have you guys ever had any experience of dreams or remembering lives that aren't yours or anything like that?
No,
I don't think I have either. I wish I did. That'd be really cool.
So cool. Unless you just like absolutely sucked in a past life.
Yeah.
That'd be a bit boring.
Just get torture dreams and stuff. It wouldn't be nice. What would you do if you were like parents of a kid like this and they like remembered a life of someone?
Probably make a book or a documentary and get loads of money off it.
That's what both of these guys did.
Yeah.
I don't know. There must be a lot of cases where kids are like, I remember like all this stuff and I ran a bookshop and I did all these things and it's like there must be so many inaccurate ones. That there's like 3 that just happen to line up and then people.
That's true. I mean, the chances of like the amount of time kids make up stories and like have crazy dreams and stuff like that. The chances of one of them being so like something that someone has done in the past, it's not too unlikely, you know.
Kids are mental. I used to volunteer with kids and they say just the weirdest, strangest things all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe that's because they all had past lives.
Yeah.
Like, got
maybe everyone just remembers them at the time. Yeah. I mean, that is like a... I wouldn't say it's a theory, but have you ever heard people say that like the reason that like you're crying when you're born as a baby is because like you've just like died or like
but that's stupid.
Like, it is.
I think it's because birth is fairly traumatic and horrible.
I think so. But people say the tunnel of light is you like being birthed out again. Just a gross thought.
That's horrible.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do if I was a parent of a kid. I mean, like the stuff that sets this apart from other kids' crazy stories is like the specific details, like stuff like the Isle of Barra being mentioned like as an actual place, and like the name of the plane or the name of other pilots' names and stuff like that this kid has recalled. I think if that happened to me as a parent, I would be probably freaked out and I'd probably ask like a psychologist or something. That's cool though. I'm curious to know, because these were like 2000s, 1990s. I'm curious to know if those kids that have grown up now still like have any memories of stuff like that, or if it's all gone.
Or maybe if they're like, I was lying.
Been left with the TV on or something.
Yeah, exactly. And just seen like a documentary or something. Yeah, it's hard to say, but freaky nonetheless. All right, we'll play another song now, and then we'll get back to talking about reincarnation. So first we have Organ Donor by DJ Shadow. Alrighty, we are back. So as we mentioned earlier, we're going to talk a little bit more about reincarnation. And we're going to go back to those questions that we asked earlier. So what would you guys like to be reincarnated as if you were reincarnated as an animal in your next life?
Right, I was telling you about this on the way here, Alan, but
spoiled it.
About a week ago, I was at Chatsworth Manor. Right, stop it, it's my story.
Carry on.
Sorry. Yeah, I was at Chatsworth Manor with my sister and a couple of her mates. It was her like birthday present to me. You know, Christmas market had just opened. It was lovely.
Oh, lovely.
And I thought, fucking hell, this is a nice big house, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind living here. And one of the residents, or a large number of the residents of this place, are dogs, actually, because rich people love dogs. They're obedient and poor. Rich people's favourite things in people that they keep around them.
Yeah.
And so there was all these like paintings of these cute little dogs, and I was like, there was one of the attendants who was telling us all about them. He was like, yeah, these ones recently died. Yeah. And I'm like, right, well, they've got a slot in there somewhere, like they've got space for more. And then we were watching like a fireworks show that was actually just projected onto the side of the house when it got dark. And we were walking to leave, and I saw someone walking a couple of dogs in like this like public weren't allowed to go in their zone. They were like the most like well-groomed looking dogs, you know, and like they just had these views over some rolling hills, and I'm like, mate, I want to be one of them dogs. So that's the plan. Chatsworth Manor dog.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Life.
I think it checks out.
Yeah.
you do give a dog energy.
Yeah, like a really cool dog.
I'm very excited.
Like a boxer or like a husky or something.
You could end up as like a really rubbish dog.
I don't care.
What if you end up as like a free roaming chihuahua?
That would
in
be
the Chatsworth
awesome.
Manor, that would be so sick.
Can you
in
pick
Mexico?
where you
Yes, I've chosen the animal I want to be reincarnated as. A dog in Chatsworth Manor.
Okay, no, I like
sorry,
that.
okay.
I like the story that comes with it. I think it's a very good answer.
Yeah.
I think you'd make a good Chatsworth dog.
Yes.
Do you think you were a dog in your past life?
I don't know. You know, I think I might have been like a fly.
Yeah,
but one of those ones that buzzes.
Nice. Sat on the wall annoying everyone.
Yeah, because
you kind of do that
I
now.
sit and observe. You know, I watch. I'm a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. You're observant.
Yes.
Do you have any ideas what you'd want to be in the next life?
I think octopus would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're cool animals,
They
but
are cool animals.
I don't really like the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was an octopus,
yeah,
I think
you'd
I
probably
would.
like it. If
And
you were
I
an
like I could
octopus.
conquer my fear.
I feel like I'd get sensory issues with being an octopus.
You got 8 beating hearts, is it? And like
8 legs,
think
and they all
they
got
don't- I don't
sticky
think they
bits.
have 8
4 hearts.
hearts.
4 hearts, maybe.
I
Maybe
think
I'm
it's
just spreading
3 or 4, yeah.
misinformation on my radio show.
Got to do a week
How
about
many
octopus
hearts?
today.
I think
Yeah,
guys.
octopus would be a good one.
Someone has Googled this before. It was like the recommended search. They have 3 hearts.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's quite a lot. Having 3 different parts beating in your chest.
Yeah.
Maybe not in your chest, in your head. Is that
They
what
don't really
I
have
mean,
a chest.
If
Yeah.
I can pick where I reincarnate to, I'd love to be like a.
Oh my god! Sorry, an octopus has 9 brains.
Wow.
That's too much. That's why I said 8, because I knew that each of the arms had something, but it's a brain in each arm and then a main brain.
That's so
crazy.
cool.
That's so weird. You probably
See,
think
maybe
so
that is
much.
too much. Like
Yeah.
maybe I
That
don't
would be
wanna-
overwhelming. I think.
Yeah, I've
Maybe
got a
like
lot on my mind right
the
now.
opposite, like a jellyfish.
Yeah, that's
Not the
Finbar's
opposite,
answer
but-
as well.
Yeah, they've got no.
You got nothing going on.
This
We're
is
not,
like
like
me,
we're not even
dead.
alive.
But Finbar asked us all this at the pub the other day, and Ramesa said hamster,
Yeah,
which I think is the worst answer.
that is a
No,
really bad answer.
hamsters would be great. You've got your own little house.
They
You
just
can live
explode
life full of
sometimes. They
spite.
just die.
You'd only be there for like a week and then you'd be on to your next life.
Yeah, it'd be a fun week though. You can bite all these random kids that are
You
sticking
run
their hands
around on
in.
a wheel, like,
Yeah.
suck some more out of a tube.
Yeah, it'd be mint.
I think penguin would be fun.
Penguin would
Shout.
be fun, except they are like
They are
having a bit of a
massive.
bad
Like,
time
they
right
have
now.
so many predators and stuff.
Yeah,
Though.
Yeah.
And they
But, like
are
I'd like to be a
endangered.
penguin in like South Africa.
Or like what
so I
about
could be on the
Shiverpool
beach.
and Surfs Up, and you could surf.
Oh yeah, I didn't even consider that.
That'd be so cool. Guy that watched Surfs Up recently.
Yeah, for the first time a couple of weeks ago, I quite liked it. But I was
Wow.
with
Surf Society.
I was with Surf Site, and they were all very into it. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Why were they so into it?
I think maybe.
It's weird actually. A lot of them quite like the movie.
Just big penguin fans, aren't they? Really? Yeah.
Yeah, they like penguins. I think a penguin's a good answer. Have you seen not being being in a zoo would not be very fun, but
Penguins.
the
If you were
penguins in
a
the
zoo,
zoo do
penguins
look
get
like
the
they're having a
best
lot of
treatment.
fun.
Right. Is that because you've just watched Madagascar?
No, because I've been to Chester Zoo many times, and they're all
If
swimming
I have
around
to
and
be in a
catching
zoo, I
fish.
want to be in Chester Zoo. That is
Chester
the
Zoo's
best
awesome.
zoo. Shout out.
out Chester Zoo if you're listening. I'm sure you are.
I think the elephants are tuning in right now.
Oh, the elephants have probably
Oh,
tuned
should we
in.
address them?
You know, actually, one of the top contenders for the name of this radio show was The Elephant in the Room. And each episode we have an elephant in the room to address. But I thought it was too long and the social media handles were quite bad as well. Because I had to shorten it down to like Elephant Room. That didn't work very well. So I was dissuaded of that.
Can I change my answer? Final
No,
answer.
sorry.
Can I be a flying squirrel?
Yes, you can. That's a cool answer. That's a very cool
Because
answer.
you're a mammal, so you can still run and shit, but you can fly.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I do like that.
Yeah.
What so we've got loads of viewer submissions to go through in a moment. Andy sent in a submission just then. Shout out, Andy. He said, I would like to be reincarnated as another human and not any other animals because I wouldn't be able to hack the brutal state of nature without my duvet, etc.
Yeah.
And if I were reincarnated, I don't think I would have the same sense of purpose as I do in this life. It's not the question, Andy.
I think you should turn your phone off and go outside,
Yeah,
Andy.
maybe we
Nice.
don't want you to submit more.
Go back to work.
Sorry, that's defamation. We're not allowed to do that on the show.
Andy, we love you. And
Andy is the
you,
show's
Andy.
legal representation as well.
Oh, true. Actually, he actually would. If anyone was going to sue, it would be
Millie could. She's a more qualified lawyer than Andy is.
Oh,
We got a lot of
I've got an idea. We have a radio episode with Millie and Andy, and they're both against each other battling a case for a different guest. That'll be brilliant.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. That, yeah.
So luckily they've both agreed to do it, and that'll be next week's episode.
Millie. Lovely.
Not really. Yeah, I mean, it's all valid points to be brought up. I mean, if I had the option of being a human again, I probably would, because they have quite.
I don't think I would.
Really?
I'd be happier as like a pig or something. Really well
Or
fed.
a pig is a shout, apart from the getting killed bit, but like a pig on a petting zoo farm or something.
Yeah.
You just like stomp about in your shit the whole time. It's like life is good.
You already do that.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, like, I think human is like the biggest biggest risk, because it could be a massive W or it could be really bad.
Huge L. Yeah.
And like, but like being able to, like, I think I would be an animal and I wouldn't really remember anything. Sorry, Millie said she's down for a legal battle. Oh, Andy said I agree to a showdown. Perfect.
Now we just need someone to commit a crime.
Yes, all right.
Brilliant, yeah.
Well, we were actually going to test reincarnation today and kill Declan and see if it works.
You contest. Who commits the worst crime gets to be on the show.
Oh, that's a good idea. So everyone...
Don't do that.
Yeah, I can't say that, I don't think. I can't
was a
encourage
joke.
people to commit
If you
crimes.
say that was a joke afterwards, you're fine.
It was a joke,
In
and we don't
Minecraft.
implore any crimes to be committed. And now I've lost my train. Oh yeah. Obviously, I'd be an animal, and I wouldn't remember like how much like mental freedom I had as a human. But if I had the option to have like all these, deep thoughts and like have real choice over my actions and not be like an instinct driven being, I probably would like to be a human again. But again, you're playing with that risk of...
Oh, but if you can remember and like think like a human, then you could do
that would be class.
But you could do like Planet of the Apes, but with any animal.
Oh, that would
Do
be
you know what I
cool.
mean?
I'm not
That'd
sure
be
if
sick.
that would work, but that would be sick. Like, I'm not sure if
together
you would
strong.
be reincarnated with
You could
thinking
do like
memory, but that
Planet
would be cool.
of the Cows.
Planet of the Cows. That's a new movie we're working on. Oh, Andy's sending him some big messages. Not really. To counter Amelia and Declan, humans are the only species that has laws saying that murder is bad. Amelia, see how we treat pigs in your full English bracket.
Have that.
Have that.
I love pigs.
Oh, he's being lawyery.
Ooh.
He said you ain't safe as a pig.
He's practicing.
From
A
Andy
wild
specifically.
pig, like maybe like a wild boar or something. You probably
Yeah.
be
Oh,
alright.
no, they get
Or one
mowed
of them-
down in the
No,
thousands.
one of them
People
ones
just
that
shoot
hunts for
them.
truffles.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
You know the truffle pigs?
Oh yeah,
They're
that's-
treated real nice.
They are treated nice. I haven't even answered yet, so I shouldn't go into submissions yet. I think if I was reincarnated, I would want to be an otter because I love otters.
Aw.
And like they don't have many predators. I think they're like in their tiny little food chain that they're in. They're pretty like top of it. I mean, they're like river animals, so like there's not much going on over there. But like all day they're like swimming around and they
Yeah.
go on land as well.
Yeah.
And they have little social groups and they hold hands.
They get their rocks.
Yeah, and they collect rocks and collect
Yeah.
shells.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. I already do all that. And also, like, they can fight when they want to. They swim real fast. They're kind of
Yeah.
vicious when they want to be,
Yeah.
but they're real cute as well. They
Yeah.
do make annoying noises, though. That's the only thing. I wanted
Yeah,
to
but
know
there's
for a
nothing
while.
wrong with making annoying noises.
Well, yeah, because I live with someone who does that already.
Finbar.
Finbar, of course. But if you're an otter, it wouldn't be annoying to you, probably, because everyone's just squeaking
Yeah,
all
you're
the
just
time.
talking then. Yeah.
All right. Well, we had some submissions. Like I said, I put a poll on my story recently about this. Tilly and Ramesa, shout out Tilly and Ramesa, who are not watching, I don't think. Both said that they wanted to be some form of bird because of flying, which, you touched on a little bit there with the flying squirrel. I think generally most people want to be able to fly. It's quite interesting though, because like we're all humans, presumably, unless there's an alien among us.
Among us.
Oh no. We're all humans and we have like so much like freedom and things we can do, like
Yeah.
way more than any other animal. But everyone just wants to fly. But I agree though, I would want to fly as well. That'd be real
What if
cool.
it's fucking terrifying? Like,
It would
imagine
be,
you
but you
like
could probably think
reincarnate as
real
an owl,
fast.
and then you go, oh shit, man, this is awful.
If you're reincarnated as an animal, you probably wouldn't be thinking much because like their eyes are like telescopes and they've got real big tunnels that go into their heads, and then there's not much room left for brain, so they're really not that smart.
I know crows are pretty smart.
Crows are smart, yeah. I think if you were a bird that could fly, you'd probably be able to react to flying quite well.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
that would be cool. I mean, it would probably feel quite nice to just soar through the air on a brisk summer day.
But then you just be a bird. You're just on the hunt for worms or something.
Birds are kind of gross.
Okay, we're anti-bird.
Yeah.
Flying squirrel's a good answer.
I'm not anti-bird, but like they're all just like bone and.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Yes.
And Declan seems to get you too. Orla said that she wants to be a bunny, but specifically Miffy. I'm not sure how reincarnation works, but I'm sure you can be Miffy if you want to be Miffy. That would be awesome. That would be a cute little life.
What's Miffy?
You don't know Miffy is?
No.
Oh, gee. We'll get a picture of Miffy up for Declan.
Okay.
Miffy is...
I feel like Joe Rogan right now.
Yeah,
like,
do you want to explain
she's
what
like
Miffy is?
Hello
bring that
Kitty,
up.
but a rabbit, and from the Netherlands. I'm better than Hello Kitty.
I've
She's 3 apples
seen
tall.
Miffy.
3 apples tall. How do you know that?
Because it's just that's like the basic Miffy
Oh,
fact.
okay. To be fair, Tilly loves Miffy. A lot of people I know love Miffy. I've never like myself interacted with Miffy much, but I think she looks.
I don't
cool
think
as
many
hell.
people have interacted with Miffy.
Well, they have
You
because she's
can.
real.
Yeah.
Wow. How tall is she again?
3 apples.
3
I think
apples,
she
yeah.
weighs 5 apples.
There you
But
go.
that could be wrong.
Whoa, being 3 apples tall and weighing
What's her
5 apples.
BMI?
Okay. Villy said that she would like to be a panther, which because they're pretty chill and kings of the jungle. I think that is a very Villy answer for anyone who knows Villy. Panther suits you very well. But fun fact, panther is not a species of animal. It actually describes both melanistic jaguars and leopards. Ooh, pwned.
How's that?
Yeah, basically a panther is like a jaguar or leopard that has like a colouring condition that makes them black. So it's both of them.
Crazy.
Yeah, and like if you see like a jaguar, like a black jaguar, you can still like see their spots and stuff through like the black. It's like a little browner. Yeah, it's quite cool. They look awesome. They were like my favorite animals for a long time. Still top 3, but that's an awesome shout.
Shout out the Jaguar House in Chester Zoo yet again.
Oh yeah, shout out. I mean, being a jaguar would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
In the jungle, just like.
What if she meant
you could
leopard
drive really
panther,
fast.
though?
You could drive really fast. Zinger. That's zinger number 2. One more strike, guys. Yeah, I think being a jaguar would be sick. Like they're like pound for pound strongest big wild cat, I think.
Yeah. Could they beat a gorilla? 10 jaguars versus 1 gorilla.
Oh, they have 10 jaguars.
New podcast idea.
Right.
I learned something not massively relevant, but do you know cheetahs have never killed a person?
Really?
What?
Never?
Never.
Wow.
Like there's 0 recorded
That is
that's
human
deaths
awesome.
by
I mean,
cheetahs.
some people have like cheetahs as pets and stuff, which is
Yeah.
crazy. But cheetahs actually, I've
Did
got
you know
so
that
many big
cheetahs
cat
aren't
facts.
actually considered big
Oh
cats?
my
They're
God.
actually considered just normal cats, but they're quite large because they meow instead of roar.
Is that your fact, Alan?
Yeah, I told him yesterday.
I just thought of that one just then.
Yeah, so actually, cheetahs, they purr. And to be a big cat or like a panthera, you need to be able to roar. And cheetahs can't roar.
That's what the distinguishing thing is.
It's not the distinguishing thing. It's like it's a family of species, but like that species that are like big cats are able to roar. Like tigers and lions and stuff like that. Cheetahs, they just purr and meow.
Oh yeah.
Which is awesome. All right. Susie said that she would want to be a baby mountain goat because she relates to them, which I think is a very cute answer. I would be very curious to know how you relate to baby mountain goats. Climbing mountains and being small, maybe.
Why just the babies?
Oh yeah, what happens when you grow up?
Just fall off.
Oh, this is shit.
Yeah, fuck this, man.
And Miles said that he would want to be an orca, which is a very good answer, I think, because they're clever, have friends, and are the pinnacle of the food chain. Very thought out answer, very Miles answer, and you probably live quite an exciting and social life, I think. Oh yeah, that was. Oh wait, maybe I already said that.
They've been killing people recently.
They've
been turning over the boats and stuff.
They have
That'd be
been,
sick.
but like,
Yeah.
I
been
think
killing them as
I
well.
respect them
And
for
you know
it.
who else has been killing people?
who?
People.
Oh,
Whoa.
You're the number one killer of people is people.
I didn't say that. And what?
No, I like that. It's true though. I mean, like,
yeah.
we've probably killed way more of them. So
Do you know that orca they're also called killer whales, but it's a mistranslation. Orca actually means whale killer.
Oh, I actually did hear about that. That's an awesome fact.
That's good. That.
Do you know have you guys ever watched Free Willy?
No.
Oh, I love that film. I want to rewatch it soon. It's basically it's a maybe 3 or 4 movies about like a killer whale that was in like an abandoned aquarium sort of thing, and then this kid like goes on a mission to free the orca back into the wild. But they used an actual orca from Ocean World or something. SeaWorld, yeah. But then after the filming of the show, they released the orca back to the wild. They freed Willy.
Oh, that's nice.
And because that orca was so used to like interacting with humans, the other like it struggled to like reintegrate itself back into orca groups, and none of the other orcas wanted it. Wow. And then it was roaming around on its own for its life and tried to come back and interact with humans again, and no one took him back.
Aww.
So they kind of
that is the saddest fact I've ever.
Yeah, they condemned him to a bad death.
Long.
Heidi said that she would want to be a butterfly, which I think is a very cute answer as well. Yeah.
Oh, shout out Heidi.
Shout out Heidi. That is a cute answer. A butterfly would be cool. I mean,
I think so. And you get to be a caterpillar at first, which I think is also sick.
I actually forgot that's how they work. That's awesome. That'd be cool. You get to like have a chrysalis.
I'd rate being in a cocoon.
Yeah,
it'd be so fun.
Like a nice little slumber. That'd be so cozy.
Yeah.
Also, the way caterpillars eat leaves looks like it would be the most delicious snack.
Yeah, true. Actually,
ever.
And then leaves are a pretty big snack for caterpillars. You'd be so full and
you wouldn't be hungry.
No, not at all. All right. Well, I actually really haven't got much time for a song, so we're going to move on to the next section. So this section is about near-death experiences. Ooh. I'm assuming none of you had a very near-death experience.
No, not really, no.
That's good. I'm glad. Well, let's hope to keep it that way. When people have very near-death experiences, they often claim to have had a glimpse into the afterlife. I mean, you'll have heard of people who say they went to heaven and people who've met Jesus and stuff like that. Often people see a tunnel of light, like Betty Eady, who almost died following surgery complications. She saw a tunnel of light where she encountered spiritual beings, including Jesus, and was shown her life's choices and consequences, like a review of her past actions. Or Anita Morgiani, who almost died of terminal cancer in 2006. She felt a complete merging with the universal consciousness, a sense that she was part of everything, which I think kind of relates back to your idea of like energy not being created or destroyed. You just become part of everything. After that experience, her body spontaneously began healing from cancer. That's cool. Or Howard Storm, who was converted to Christianity when he was rescued from a terrifying dark place by spiritual figures after almost dying from a perforated stomach. And he described that dark place as being hell and the place that he got rescued to as being heaven. My question is, do you think that like any of these people might have actually experienced an afterlife of some sort? Or do you think it's all like in your head?
I think it's very likely that in some way, like when your body dies, it's just going to do a bunch of random shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've heard that like your brain gets flooded with loads of chemicals, which could very much give you some sort of visions or something. Yeah. But it's like if you just did like bear drugs or something, you know, like
bear drugs.
it is no way of confirming that is actually a real thing. It's just what your brain is experiencing in that moment.
For sure. I mean, if you had a near-death experience, let's pray none of us do, and you experience something like this of like going to heaven maybe, or of reincarnation or something like that, and you woke back up in your body, you're in the hospital or whatever, would you be converted maybe to a religion of some sort? Or if you felt that was like good enough evidence?
I mean, I think I probably would give it a bit of a go at least. Like if you've had a near-death experience, you've not got long theoretically anyway, so
well, maybe it's just like a car crash or something.
I'd give it a Google for sure.
Give it a Google, why not? See what Google say. Google AI will probably sort you out.
It'd suck if you had a bad one though, and you like, if you like believed in heaven and hell, and then
you got sent to hell.
You felt like you were sent to hell, like that would then be rubbish.
That would suck, that would be bad. So, these experiences could very well be genuine glimpses into the afterlife for all I know, for all we know, But I was actually talking to Andy about it on the way home from something the other day, and I came up with a theory that I thought I'd share. Essentially, like, as you were saying there as well, like, the brain is mad powerful, like, way more powerful than we even know, right? And, like, so in those situations where it's very possible that you might die, I think it kind of looks for a way to keep itself like sane and like in control, and like not like lose consciousness and all that sort of stuff. And to try and like comprehend this like incomprehensible event that's happening to itself. And so I think maybe it creates like this experience of you reaching some sort of afterlife in order to like cling on to any like sanity you have left, in order to like help you comprehend and explain like what's going on a little bit. Like I think the example I thought of was like if people who are like dehydrated and trying to survive in a desert and stuff like that, and they'll see a mirage. And that's just like a thing that your brain has made up, right? But that, to me, like that feels like the brain's way of like giving you hope and like, like keep making you keep going and like trying to keep yourself alive for longer, And so I think that having like this form of like afterlife experience is kind of a way of like giving the person that the brain's responsible for like a bit of hope and like a bit of explainability about what's going on, and like keeping them like a little bit calm and like in control,
Yeah.
That was my theory.
I think that sounds like it kind of makes at least a bit of sense.
Yeah.
Like you look at people with like dementia getting moments of clarity, moments before death.
Exactly.
You look at like adrenaline as a thing that's meant to be when your body's in a really dangerous situation.
Yeah.
It's that last push of positivity, whether it makes just like actually passing away a little bit nicer, a little bit less scary, a little bit easier, or in like adrenaline, it makes you able to do something so you don't get in a bad, like it just makes bad things that are impending was one last little push to make them a little bit better. So it would probably make sense if that was a thing, but also no evidence for it. So I thought this was a science show.
I wonder if what people see varies by what religion they are and where they are in the world. Because I know that people who are schizophrenic in different parts of the world like hallucinate different things based on the societal perception of schizophrenia in that area.
That is interesting.
So like countries where there's less stigma about it, they tend to have more positive, not positive, but less scary hallucinations. But in America, people almost unanimously have scary hallucinations because they've been told it's like a scary disease.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I wonder if it varies.
I'd say like there's probably a lot of truth to that. I mean, like you look at a lot of the people who say they see heaven and hell and they'll be Christian people.
Yeah.
And they'll see Jesus and they'll be Christian people. Or like, the example of Anita Morjani, instead of seeing like a heaven or hell, she instead sort of felt like this sense of being connected to everything, which is, more in that, like Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism sort of religion. The interesting one was Howard Storm, I guess, who got converted to Christianity after, but maybe he had doubts in his mind and was thinking about,
maybe he was agnostic.
Maybe he was raised around it as well.
Yeah. So it's hard to say, but that was my little theory about what those near-death experiences could mean. But for all we know, everyone's seen the afterlife, or maybe everyone has a different afterlife, or there's a bunch of different afterlives you can go to based on what you believe. So we have no idea. But before we close out today's episode, I thought I would send a request out to the audience. Me and Finbar were brainstorming a while ago, and we thought it'd be cool to have a jingle that I could play at the start of every episode, like a little thing of music, or that I can put at the start of the Spotify episodes or the live episodes or the YouTube episodes or whatever. I was wondering if anyone would be interested in making one for the show. Just message me on Instagram at Redshift Radio if that sounds like something you'd want to do. But that is it for today's episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Redshift Radio to interact with and see what's going on with the show. In our Instagram bio, you can find both our Spotify and our YouTube, where the episodes will be posted on demand for you to watch. I try to upload those episodes every Tuesday. So go over there, rate our Spotify 5 stars, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, the live show is 12 till 1 every Saturday. Come join us live. It's way more fun. You can message into the show when we are on air. And again, the link to that live show is in the Instagram bio. I have an announcement. I'm sorry to do this again, but there will be no episode next week.
Boo!
Boo! Sorry. I'm not around yet again, but I promise after next week we will be back to normality. Keep an eye out on our Instagram story for a poll where you can vote for the topic of the next episode. This episode was voted highest as the one people wanted to see, so I'll do another one of those. Got loads of ideas in mind, so it's always lovely to know what you guys want to see from me. But thank you very much to our wonderful guests. You've been amazing.
Woohoo!
And thank you to anyone viewing at home. The support means a lot. But that is all from me. We've got another fitting last song for us. It's Death and Romance by Magdalena Bay. But we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Enjoy your weekends, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.